Hey, how you doing? I'm on holiday. I'm glamping in Herefordshire, not far from Ross-on-Wye. Firstly, it's absolutely idyllic. Just love it around here. Can't recommend it enough. If you ever get the opportunity, I thoroughly recommend it. So, some amazing castles, some just lovely places, and Hay-on-Wye is not too far away. Amazing bookshop. Hundreds of bookshops, an entire town dedicated to bookshops. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that somewhere near here is a memorial to Tom Spring, champion of all England, 1824, I think. He was born not far from here, and there's a little memorial in the village that he was born. And I'm going to go and try and find it. Why don't you come along? So Google Maps got us to Fownhope pretty easily. But I haven't actually asked it where the memorial is. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? So, I'm here right now. I'm actually in the churchyard. Let's have a little look around. Yeah, we're in Fownhope Church in the graveyard. And we're going to have a little look and see if he's here. I seem to remember from a picture I've seen of this memorial that it looks like a millstone. So the chances of it being here in the churchyard are pretty slim. But Fownhope is not a big village. So we're going to try and find it. And if we can't, then we'll resort to Googling. So we've found plenty of graves of the right sort of age, but certainly nothing about Tom. Not our Tom, anyway. So it's a lovely church. Thoroughly recommend coming and having a look. But yeah, it's not what we're looking for. So given up and I've started following Google Maps. It says that we're going to go up this road, and up here you can see behind me there's a little residential road. Apparently it's up there, but I don't know if you've spotted it, but right here behind me is a little footpath which appears to be pointing, see the little sign? It appears to be pointing in the right direction. So we're going to go up the footpath. So come with me, let's see what we can find. Well, somewhat disappointingly the map says we're here. And we ain't here.
We're definitely not here.
This is Ned, by the way. Those of you that have been following the channel for a long time may remember many years ago me talking about my son having cancer. This is him now, some, 10 years later? 10? Yeah. 10. Diagnosed when you were 2, and he's now 12. You never know, likes rugby. And yeah. Other than a few interesting scars and a disturbing familiarity with hospitals, you never know he'd ever been ill. Ain't that right, mister?
Yeah.
Yeah. But whilst we adore him, he's not helping me find this grave. It's not grave, sorry. He's not helping me find this memorial. However, we ain't giving up just yet. So we're still looking, and we haven't found him yet, but what we have found is a cool, really old set of stocks that are still out, which is kind of awesome. It's a shame. So?
I wonder if you could still use them. I could put you in there when you get annoying.
Well, you got to wonder. I mean, I must admit, I was thinking pretty much the same about him. So, here we go. Okay, so the guard was erected over 100 years ago to save the stocks from being destroyed. Interesting. Well, there you go. Seems like a bit of an odd place, but I guess on a crossroads by the main road next to the church, probably the busiest bit of the village. So we haven't tried up this way yet. There's a recreational area up here, and one of the websites that I found mentioning this memorial says that there's a walk that takes you past it that starts in the recreational ground. So we're going to go and see if we can find that.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, not necessarily a good one though. Well, I'm led to believe that there's some parking down here, but it's not looking good at the moment, is it? Well, we found somewhere to park, which I'm taking as a win at this point, and there's even a map. So let's have a little look over here and see if we can see what the map says. So, we're not in the right place, are we, mate?
Yeah, we've got to go to the other side of town. It's all the way up at the top of town.
Yeah, so it turns out that the walk that takes you past the memorial starts here because there's a car park, not because it's actually close. So we've got to go back all the way we came, back up the dead end that we went past before and round there, and we think we know where we're going to find it now. We think. So,
I'm 65% sure we've got the right place.
It's quite a specific number, but I'm good because I'm probably on about 47.5%.
Found it.
He's right. We found it. It's actually quite well signposted when you get on the right road, but obviously as they don't tell you which the right road is, that makes it slightly trickier. So we've parked up, blocking an entrance to a field, which might be an issue, but we're hoping we'll get away with. And we're going to follow a sign and go for a walk across a field now and see if we can find the actual memorial. See? There's a sign and everything. Weirdly, it points just kind of into a field. But we'll see what we can do. One of us might be regretting wearing shorts right about now.
Yeah, it's you.
I think I can see it. How about you? Can you see it?
I think that's it.
There's definitely something.
Let's hope it is.
Well, that definitely looks like the sort of thing we were expecting. Oh wow, look at that. There's even a little picnic table. How awesome. So here we are. The memorial for Tom Spring, champion of England 200 years ago. The light tapper, he was known as. He was a very close friend of the great Tom Cribb. And was considered to be one of the fairest and most sportsmanlike boxers of all time. When the Fair Play Club was set up, he was appointed as secretary because everyone had such a good opinion of him, and he had such a fantastic reputation for fair play. So this is the memorial to Thomas Winter of Herefordshire, who fought under the name of Tom Spring. I'm puzzled as to why it's a grindstone, which seems a bit odd, unless it was already here and they just decided to stick a stone on memorialising Tom Spring. But yeah, I mean, it's clearly not a working grindstone anymore. It's been turned into a kind of static representation. But yeah, not entirely sure why. Interesting question. I wonder if anybody has the answer. This is genuinely quite lovely. It's really peaceful. There's the occasional car goes past on the little roads, but not a lot. There's this lovely memorial to a fighter who probably should be a lot more well known than he was. Somebody is maintaining this area nicely. There's a little board that tells you all about him, and a little picnic table to sit at. And yet, there's no one here. So yeah, bizarre. So if you ever find yourself in Herefordshire, in the area around Ross-on-Wye, then see if you can come down and find old Tom. There's an interesting thing about Spring in that he's known as the light tapper, and most of the histories that talk about him having weak hands and never really managing to knock anybody out. Apparently he was fantastically skilled, very scientific, and was able to kind of hit at will, but never really with any great power to achieve a knockout. And I'm not entirely convinced that's fair. I have a suspicion, and this is at this point only a hypothesis, that perhaps he was a real sign that we were coming towards the end of the bare-knuckle era, that the science of boxing had advanced enough that real power generation was possible. And yet we still had no real hand protection at this point. There were no hand wraps. This was before the London prize ring. It was long before the Marquis of Queensberry. So nobody was really fighting in gloves. So hand injuries were inevitable, and if you were actually better at boxing, you were far more likely to damage your hands. And perhaps the idea that a boxing match needs to be won by a knockout, which is pretty prevalent, pretty common these days, maybe that was starting to be a thing then, and that's what did for Tom Spring. Not the fact that he had weak hands, but that boxing had begun to evolve, and he actually suffered because of that. And if we'd gone back 50 years, then perhaps he would have been a lot more celebrated as somebody who would fight until the bitter end regardless, and he'd have been much more of a body shot merchant rather than trying to knock people out. I don't know, you tell me. Stick something in the comments, I'll be really interested to hear your thoughts. Definitely worth a bit of research, I think. Anyway, it's probably time to go back now we found it. Rescue the rest of the family from the horrors of the hot tub and the glamping.